Hey everyone, it's Scott Gustafson. Hope you're having a terrific day today. I just read this interesting article, 9 frugal living tips millennials should focus on in 2024. So, even though this is titled for millennials, I'm pretty sure everybody else out there is going to get a kick out of this. By the way, for those of you who don't know, in the year 2024, a millennial is anybody between the ages of 28 and 43. So, a wonderful writer by the name of Brooke Barley wrote this. Before we begin, I just want to assert my opinion here that living frugally is not living. In fact, just the word frugal to me sounds like a word that Chaucer would use to describe a hag in one of his works. But moving on, the history of the word frugal was used for those who are unwilling to enjoy the fruits of their labors, also known as being miserly or being a Scrooge. And we all know the moral of that story. So let's dive in. 9 tips on how millennials should focus on living frugally in 2024. Tip number 1, gamify money management. By gamify, they mean use gift cards or special offers at restaurants so you can get more bang for your buck. It gives you a feeling of you're winning by being creative and gaming the system. Tip number 2, cancel unused subscriptions. So I'm sure by now a lot of you have seen the commercials for the app Rocket Money out there. If you need an app to tell you you're subscribed to the same service 3, 4, 5 times, you don't have a money problem. You have a memory problem. So get that fixed. Also, check your bank account balance at least twice a week to see if you have multiple subscriptions for a service and cancel them. You don't need an app. Tip number 3, cut down on takeout expenses. So I've already done a video about this in the past, describing how preparing meals at home can not only just save you money, but also time. There's also the latte factor, if you haven't heard about that. If you're spending $4 once or twice a day, every day of your life, in the long run, you could be costing yourself between $1 million to $3 million, depending on how many additional additives you put into your latte. Tip number 4, eliminate unnecessary finance fees. So Brooks states that Americans are charged $133 on ATM fees and $300 on miscellaneous bank fees, such as withdrawals, over withdrawals, or other charges like that. So if your bank is charging you a fee because your account is below a certain threshold, a certain margin, you might want to consider switching banks. You can't save money if your bank is continuously taking money from you. Tip number 5, switch to high yield savings accounts. Again, I did a video on this previously. There are savings accounts out there that will offer you 5%. However, while this is still decent, it doesn't compete with inflation and the cost of living. So yeah, you can do your research, get your 5%. Kudos. It's not going to help you very much. Tip number 6, search for cheap entertainment. So Brooks suggests more affordable activities such as going to parks, outdoor events, video games, and free museums. While that may sound fun in the beginning, how many times can you take a date to a museum or the park before she gets tired? It's like, hey, when can we actually do something fun? All right. Tip number 7, save energy. So Brooke advises you to unplug electronics when not in use, weatherproof your home if you have a home, or lower the thermostat on your water heater to 120 degrees. I'm sure you guys enjoy taking cold showers out there. And again, we have to weatherproof our home, so we're spending money to save money. That works. Tip number 8, use a cashback site. Yes, you can save some money doing this. Brooke plugs a company called Top Cashback USA. Uh, I'm not going to go into this topic further. I've discussed it in a previous video. You can't spend your way to wealth. It doesn't matter if you go into a store and it's got something that's 20% off, but the item costs $500. Yeah, you saved $100, but you still spent $400. Doesn't work out. Finally, tip number 9, buy off-season goods. So yes, you can save some money here, buying shorts in the wintertime or buying a puffer jacket in the summertime. But good luck finding a store that's actually stocking those items during that time of year in the off season. My 2 cents is to buy big ticket items or items you really want during the year when they have the going back to school sales, because that's the time of year where there's no sales tax. A lot of companies, businesses out there promote Black Friday and the big screen TVs for Super Bowl Sunday. No, every year back to school sales, zero tax. You're going to save a ton there. So there you have it, millennials. 9 tips, 9 so tips to living frugally in 2024. I want to know what you think of these tips. Leave your comments and questions below. Do these tips help you? Do you think you can live frugally? Do you want to live frugally? I'm curious because I don't. Who wants to go around in the world saying, "Oh, I'm living very frugally"? What'd you do this year? Went to museums and to the park a lot. Good times. So, I hope you enjoyed this. I want to know what you think. Let me know in the comments below. And I hope you have an awesome day. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.